Are you aware that you actually have an inner roadmap to success? But you've got to be tapped into your mystical spiritual self to access that roadmap. Let me guess, you find it hard to do. Well, truth be told, it's not just you. Without access to this inner guidance system, you may be a bit lost and you might even be beating yourself up. My mission to guide you into accessing your own GPS. I've opened limited spaces in my calendar to work with serious or mystical entrepreneurs who are ready to do what it takes to reach their dreams and fulfill their destiny. Are you ready to end the struggle? And you know you have to invest in your business in order to succeed, then let's talk. Go to chatwithlucy.com. If this is the first time you're listening to the Wealthy Wednesday show, please remember to subscribe and click on the like button. Welcome to the Wealthy Wednesday show. I am your host, Luci McMonagle. Women are recreating the rules for business, leadership, money, and they are changing the world in the process. Each week, join me for empowering messages and interviews that will inspire, motivate, and transform you. Giving a special shout out to Gordon Weary for creating the custom music that you are listening to now. Now, let's get started. Welcome to the Wealthy Wednesday show. This is your host, Luci McMonagle, and I am the Mystic Wealth Creator, and I mentor mystic entrepreneurs to create more freedom in their business through conscious wealth creation so that they can make a big impact in the world and leave a legacy. I truly believe that when we fully accept our mystical powers, that we can use them to make this world a better place. And as a woman entrepreneur listening to this, I know you have it in your heart to be able to make an impact, to be able to provide more for your family, for your community, and for the world at large. So today we have an incredible lady who is going to give you some tips that are going to help you with your life, with your business, to become more successful and to be able to help you if you need to go further with her. Her name is Michele Molitor, and she is the founder and CEO of Nectar Consulting. Michele works with executives and entrepreneurs bringing over 25 years of experience, intuitive insights, and strategic business savvy to the world. She has this incredible, unique system that she has created through the accumulation of many years. And I'm going to let her totally explain this unique ability that she has and how she put this together to help the executives and the entrepreneurs that are ready to really break through their barriers. So Michele, welcome to the Wealthy Wednesday show.
Thank you so much, Luci. I'm so delighted to be here with you today.
I'm so excited. A lot of times when I talk to individuals, they have a lot of skills, techniques, and abilities to help individuals, but yours is completely unique. Can you explain this a little more in depth so I don't accidentally kind of mess it up?
Sure, no, I'd be more than happy to. So I am an executive confidence coach and a rapid rewire expert. And you're like, what might that be, pray tell? So as a rapid rewire expert, essentially what I've done is I've over 16 years of being an executive coach and then being an executive prior to that in the .com world as a creative director. I've always been on a search and a quest for all the best tools, the latest tools, not only to help my clients, but to unravel myself, right? What's that little block that's always been in my way? And so all of this accumulation of knowledge has led me to this point. And about 2 years ago, I discovered a really unique methodology called Rapid Transformational Therapy, or RTT. Mm-hmm. And this is a hybrid methodology that combines NLP, cognitive behavior therapy, and hypnotherapy together, which enables you to get at your subconscious blocks like that. I've never experienced anything that has created such rapid transformation for me personally. And so I went on to get trained and certified. And so what I've done is I've combined this methodology, this rapid transformational therapy, with my executive coaching. And I call it rapid transformational coaching. And what it allows me to do is to help my clients remove blocks that they've been suffering with for years, potentially, in weeks, really weeks,
Wow.
versus months or years. So just for me personally, I had a block that I had been trying to get at every which way to Sunday. Let me tell you, girl, I couldn't get at it.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried, and I discovered this work with Marissa Peer. She's the founder of this methodology. She's a world-renowned hypnotherapist. And within 2 weeks, my blocks were gone.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. And can you explain what blocks? I mean, what does this work with? Does it work with money blocks? Does it work with weight? Does it work with interpersonal relationships? What kind of blocks does this work with?
I could talk about this all day. I love it. It's so exciting to me because it helps you, that inner conversation you have with yourself. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm too big. I'm too skinny. I'm too this. I'm too that. That leads to guilt. That leads to shame. That leads to constantly questioning ourselves or doubting ourselves. All of that, which leads to stress in our physical body, from chronic migraines to illnesses to fatigue to dis-ease, which can easily equal, cancer or heart attacks or strokes. All of that, the heart of that is this internal conversation that we have. And so it's those blocks, that internal conversation that we have, that prevents us from expanding ourselves in the world. And so through my work, I've really gotten into the neuroscience. I'm secretly a science geek. And so I've gotten into neuroscience and physics and physiology and biology, because I really wanted to know, well, how does our brain work that keeps these damn things in our way, right? Because I've been trying to pull them out of there, and I couldn't figure out how. And so what I know is that there's a part of our brain called the amygdala. I like to call her Amy. Amy's your fight or flight or freeze mechanism. So when we feel threatened, Amy brings out her armor, right, to protect you. And it's all about survival. It's a very fundamental part of our hardwiring, and you can't get rid of it, right? So you have to figure out how to get Amy to work for you. So these blocks that we perceive as I'm not good enough, or I can't expand my business. I keep hitting a ceiling, right? There's just something in my way, and I don't know how to move it, and I don't know what it is to move it out of the way, right? Mm-hmm. All of that is a function of Amy literally just trying to protect you, because somewhere in your history, you decided that you made some decisions about certain things that weren't safe. And they could be any numerous random events, but as small children, when we're defenseless and we're dependent upon others and the adults around us, we make up things. We make up ideas and beliefs about what it means for us to stay safe in the world. And then as an adult, we have this protective mechanism going on in the background. We don't even know it's there, playing on repeat on the daily, until we realize, oh, that's not serving me anymore. So this methodology is a way to get at the unconscious beliefs that are literally driving us, moving us through the world every day, and eliminating them, turning them off, right? And it creates shifts at a cellular level in our body. It's science, people. It's not magic, but it is kind of magical.
Yeah. Oh, that is so powerful. And for individuals that are listening to this, is there any tips that you can give them that they can get prepared if they're getting ready? Do they have to try to find out what the pattern is or something, or how does that work?
Sure. Now, that's a great question, Lucy. Oftentimes clients come to me saying, oh, gosh, please help me. I've tried everything else and I don't know what else to do. I keep coming up against this procrastination, or feeling of low self-worth, or just really ugly negative self-talk with myself, and it keeps blocking me from expanding my expertise, my success in the world, in whatever shape, form that looks like. And so you don't always necessarily even know what the block is. You just know that there's a general, oh, I'm tired, I'm burnt out, I don't feel well, and I don't know what to do differently to create the change that I want to create, right? So that's a great time to come talk with me and have a complimentary discovery session with me, because in the conversation with you, I'm very, very intuitive, and I've been doing this a really long time. So I can hear through our conversations and some pointed questions, I can figure out what are some of those blocks, and then delve further into those questions. And then through this methodology, then I'm able to actually have a conversation with your subconscious mind. And it bubbles up the answers that you need. You might not be conscious of them at all. Most times people aren't. But through this process, they figure out what created those blocks and then are able to just switch it off. So let me give you a great example. A client came to me with depression, kind of burnt out in her career, and was suffering from chronic migraines her whole life since she was like 3 years old. And so through this process, we were able to determine that she had created the migraines. Her brain, as a 3-year-old, decided, well, let's give her a headache so she'll actually rest, because she was dealing with some unthinkable things. She was having to take care of her infant baby sister at age 3 because her mother was dysfunctional and essentially an alcoholic. And said, here, no, you take care of her, right? So you can imagine, as a 3-year-old, that's an awful burden to have to try and carry. So through this understanding as an adult, she's like, oh, I'm not that helpless child anymore. And she was able to turn that off. And her chronic migraines that she suffered from for 45 years have stopped.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing. And, how do some of these things that when we're children, how do they seem to come out a little distorted when we're adults? How do we start to figure out what are the symptoms, and how do we lead back to what those symptoms are? Do you help people figure that out, or do you even need to know what the original cause was?
Well, that's what this process does. So essentially, in our first session, I have a whole process that includes the hypnosis and the coaching, and they work really well together, hand in hand. But in our very first session, we'll have a 2-hour rapid rewiring session, as I like to call it. And in that, we'll have a discovery piece. We'll talk through where you're at. I have a series of intake questions that I send to clients ahead of time. And then the second piece of that is the rewiring. So I drop you down into a very relaxed, hypnotic state that enables you to turn off your conscious thinking, judging mind, and allows your subconscious mind to listen fully, because your ears are always on and always listening, right? And so in that process, I'm able to take clients back in time to a place that gives them the root cause, the reason, the why for this behavior that they're exhibiting now as an adult. It doesn't matter how old they are, right? And it might not make any sense whatsoever, but when you connect all of these dots together, then I just ask them, and their subconscious mind tells me, I'm like, why did you create this? What's the reason, the function, the purpose of this issue? And my clients just know the answer. It just comes up out of their subconscious. And prior to that, they wouldn't have even known what the issue was. But in this session, they're able to just like, oh, and they're able to connect the dots. And that aha is tremendously powerful for my clients. And then the third piece of this session is the transformation. And so now while they're still in this trance state, I will have a conversation with their subconscious mind, literally giving them new positive, empowering beliefs and habits, that then they listen to this recording. They get this customized recording just for them, and it's about 20 or 30 minutes long. And their homework is to listen to it every day for 21 days, because your brain likes familiarity. So the more you listen to this, the more deeply ingrained these synaptic connections become in your mind, and that becomes the new normal. So you're letting go of an old pathway that said, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not something enough. And we're creating a new pathway that says, I am good enough, I'm brilliant, I'm worthy, I'm lovable, and all of those things based on our conversation, right? Mm-hmm. So it's super, super powerful. And then we follow that up with coaching sessions to then unpack it further so they can understand what the shifts are happening and how they tie together from where they were as a child to where they are now, so they can break those habits, literally disintegrate them, and then move forward with greater power. It's just really beautiful to watch.
Wow. Wow, that sounds really beautiful to watch. And is there certain tips or strategies or things that individuals can do right now just in their personal life in order to, start making a dent in these beliefs, these chronic patterns that are causing them to be tired or fatigued or have migraines, etc.?
Absolutely. One of my favorite sayings is, lie to your brain, cheat your fears, and steal back your confidence. So as I said, your brain likes repetition. And so if there's something that you're avoiding doing, let's say, for me, it was my bookkeeping. Not my favorite place to be, right? So, but if I tell myself, this is really fun, I love doing this, and I get excited, then your brain releases happy chemicals, serotonin and dopamine. And so then even as you continue to lie to yourself, this is really exciting, I'm going to get this done, and it's going to feel great, I'm so excited about this. Your brain's like, okay, we like this. All right, so we're going to release some more happy chemicals, and eventually as you continue to do this, you'll be like, that's fine. I don't mind doing it now. It's all good, right? And so if there's something that you keep coming up against that you're conscious about, what's the opposite of that, right? So if it's, I'm not enough, I am enough. I am worthy. I am lovable. And just repeat this to yourself every day throughout the day. I always tell my clients, write, I am enough on your mirror, on your computer, put it on your phone, put it on the wall, put it anywhere you want to, but say it to yourself every single day, multiple times throughout the day, because I am enough, interestingly enough, is probably at the heart of most people's challenges, because there's a deep-seated, very subconscious hidden belief that they're not enough, they're not good enough in some way, shape, or form. And that leads to trying to be perfect, trying to get it right, over-giving, so much more. So if that's the one thing that I would say that is a fabulous way to help move you along your path, is just keep telling yourself, I am enough, and figure out what's your power song, right? What's a favorite song that empowers you, like, this girl is on fire. Figure out what that song is for you and listen to it and dance to it and fill your body with that positive emotion, because then you'll fill yourself with happy chemicals, which feels good, which elevates your energy and starts to create an upward spiral of positive attraction.
Wow. And that is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And I actually listen to my favorite songs and sing and dance to them usually every single morning. And that does make a complete difference. And it's made a difference in my business, but also my personal life.
Yeah.
So that definitely is something that's important. And you have a free gift for individuals that can really get to know you a little bit better. And can you tell people about this gift that you have?
I sure can. I have a brand new training that I've come out with called 5 Steps to Confidently Excel in Your Career. without ever feeling like a fraud.
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
that's a big one for a lot of individuals. Sometimes they feel like a fraud. And how can they
absolutely.
get a hold of this?
Well, I have a beautiful new website that I just launched. So go to nectarconsulting.com. That's NECTAR consulting.com. And you'll find in the menu bar the free training. And just go there and you can you can register for free to watch the training. And inside of that, there's a lot of great information for you about how you can step more confidently into your career and let go of some of those limiting beliefs that has you feeling like a fraud, that imposter syndrome, as it's commonly known. And
Mm.
then we can, from there, if you'd like, I'd be happy to have a complimentary discovery session with you. We'd spend 30 minutes over Zoom like this,
Mhm.
and you can tell me more about what's going on for you and how I might be able to service.
Wow, Michelle, that is incredible. And some of the takeaways that I've gotten from our conversation is to lie to yourself. I mean, not lie to yourself in a bad way. Please don't misunderstand me.
Thank you.
Lie to your brain because you want to change its behavior. And when you start writing and posting all over the house, I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. You're actually starting to tell yourself, I don't have to overgive in order to be accepted. I don't have to do something that I really, really don't want to do in order to have somebody like me. And then you can also start listening to your happy songs and things that make you feel empowered. And plus, on top of that, when you're doing a task or something that's for your business or for your job that you'd rather delegate or give
Yeah,
away or hide,
exactly.
throw it in a shoebox.
Cross it off the list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cross it off the list, but it's just or just ignore it. I have a lot of individuals who like to ignore their bookkeeping. They just kind of like I just tell them throw it in a box and then give it to somebody or do what you do, which is start going through the box, start going through your bookkeeping and tell yourself, "Oh, this is fun. This is exciting." And really get yourself amped up so that you start reprogramming, rewriting that belief system. Did I cover the really good nuggets that you talked about today?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It's all about making the familiar negative patterns into the unfamiliar and making the right now unfamiliar patterns of I am enough, I am lovable, I am worthy into new, really familiar patterns because your brain will always go to that familiar track under stress. So you just got to change out the tape and listen to a new song.
Absolutely. That's fantastic. And individuals can go to Nectar Consulting. Or,
nectarconsulting.com.
yep.
And you'll find a wealth of information there. Under my brain candy section, you'll find free assessments, articles, guided meditations as well. And then the free training is there for you too. So I invite you to check it all out and indulge your brain in all sorts of juicy bits.
Wow, that's fantastic. And I want to thank you for being on the Wealthy Wednesday show. Is there any last nuggets you would like to give the audience before we say our farewells?
Yeah, sure. I almost forgot. I actually have a new book coming out called Breakthrough Healing. I'm a
Yes.
co-author in this book, and it's actually launching on January 31st. And so I'm very excited for it to be available to everyone here soon. And yeah, I'm happy to chat because I'm an oversharer. I love sharing all the wealth of information I've been gifted over the years and would be happy to be of service if I can in some way.
Oh, fabulous, fabulous. And so individuals can go to your website, they can find out about the book,
Mm-hmm.
they can find out about brain candy. Oh, I love that brain candy. They can take some tests, they can listen to meditations, and plus they can sign up for your gift. You are so phenomenal, so giving and so caring to help improve this world and make it a better place. So thank you.
Thank you, Lucy. My sincere pleasure to be here with you today and to share some nuggets of wisdom with everyone that I've gathered along my path.
Fabulous. So I'd like to thank you, my audience, for listening to the Wealthy Wednesday show. Because of you, I create this show every single week. I bring these incredible guests onto the show, like Michele and many of the other individuals. If there's any certain topics that you would like me to cover, make sure you put it in the comments, or you can send me a message on my website at lucymcmonagle.com. Let me know, what did you think about this show? What were your takeaways, and how can I improve it? Is there anybody that you would like me to be interviewing on the Wealthy Wednesday show? And if there is, let me know who they are. And if you can connect me with other people who want to be guests on the Wealthy Wednesday show, just let them go to my website. Again, it's lucymcmonagle.com. And I am the Mystic Wealth Creator. So until next time, abundant blessings. Are you ready to change your money flow? Would you like to get beyond the six figures that you keep bumping up against? Well, let me tell you, my book, Magical Money Manifestations, is going to help you create money manifestations on autopilot so that you will have more money, more freedom, and more joy in your life. Go to magicalmoneymanifestations.com to find out more information. Thank you for listening to the Wealthy Wednesday show. This is your host, Luci McMonagle. I am the Mystic Wealth Creator, a mentor for conscious women entrepreneurs, helping them create more freedom in their business through conscious wealth creation. I would love to extend to you a free gift. And all you need to do is go to my website at lucymcmonagle.com. That's lucymcmonagle.com to get your free gift. So until next time, abundant blessings.